Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to this second live podcast, the second live session for this year, 2024. Okay, so I'm getting a bit of comfortable with this format after doing, I think this is the sixth or seventh one. So I can understand the controls better. I can understand the lightings better. Okay, so let's get started. Yes. Mama Cracker has asked, what time zone does this start? It starts, I actually replied, it's JST, Japan Standard Time. So you have to, yeah, you have to understand in terms of Japan time. In Japan right now, it's 9 p.m. on 25th of February. It's a Sunday, and it's the night of 25th of February, 9 p.m. So I'm sorry because I think majority of the subscribers on this channel are from US and from Europe, and I'm sure it must be an inconvenient time for them. But I'm really sorry because after finishing my lessons, this is the best time that I have available to do the live sessions. Okay, so let's get started. Yes, I have published a new video since our last live session, and this is just three stories. So there's no special, how to say, single topic that I'm covering. I'm just covering three stories in this video. The first one is Ignaz Semmelweis, the Hungarian doctor, and this is the story about his struggle of convincing the doctors in his time to wash their hands before going to deliver the babies in the maternity section of the hospital that he worked in. And in his lifetime, he couldn't succeed. But after his death, 50 years after his death, people started practicing what he preached. The second story is about Dr. Alice Stewart, and she was a British doctor, a very brilliant doctor, uh, and she tried to convince authorities that exposing pregnant women to X-rays is not a good idea because it increases the chances of blood cancer, leukemia in small children. But nobody paid any heed to her research, her field studies. It took 25 years after her initial research published in Lancet and other journals. After 25 years of publishing data, publishing her research, doctors then agreed that yes, indeed, we should use some other technology. And the technology that they discontinued, the X-ray technology, they discontinued, and instead they started using ultrasound technology. And finally, I talk about Dr. Warren and Dr. Marshall. And these are two Australian doctors who uh, try to convince everybody that the stomach ulcers are caused by H. pylori bacteria. Uh, but nobody listened to them because the doctors were convinced. The other doctors, the how to say the establishment, the medical establishment of the time, believed that uh, stomach ulcers are not caused by bacteria, they are caused by lifestyle problems such as heavy drinking, eating spicy food, taking too much stress. And so Marshall then drank H. pylori in a very dramatic move and then cured himself with antibiotics, proving that it's caused by bacteria. But still, it took them 8 years before the National Institutes of Health in Australia, the health authority, agreed to their initial findings. So, uh, and there's a chain in these three stories. The first story happens in 1850s. The second story, the timeline is 1960s, and the third one is 1990s or 80s, 1980s. But then also the time that it takes for these great ideas, life-saving ideas, to take effect, to become mainstream, also decreases. In case of Semmelweis, it took 50 years before